Hi all, welcome to my channel. I'm Mark, this is Mark's Mods, and today guys, something a little bit different. I thought I'd just do a short video on some of the tools that I use for building partworks and plastic models and everything. So yeah, I just thought I'd do a quick video just to show you what I use, because I do get people asking, you know, where did you get this, where did you get that and whatnot. So yeah, let's get into it. So for building partworks, the most essential thing you'll need is a screwdriver. Now this is a Wera PH1, and this is the main screwdriver I use in my builds. I do have a PH0, which is smaller, a PH00, which is even smaller, and a PH000, which is smaller than the previous one. So these are really good. Now I know you get the screwdrivers at the start of a build when you're doing partworks, but I find having a better set is a lot better. I really struggle using the screwdrivers that they provide in the first stages of a model. So I prefer just to use my Wera screwdriver, and it serves me well. But if the Wera screwdriver won't work, say you've got a hex screw head or anything, then my next go-to is my Oria set. All this has got all different bits in. So you've got all different sizes. Like I said, you've got Allen key bits, hex bits. These are really good for, like I said, when you get them type of screws. Also, I use this for other things as well, like, you know, if I'm taking something apart and stuff like that. So this is a really, really good set to have on standby for that. It does have an extendable head, and it also has this, get it out, which also, if I put it in there, you can bend it around and still screw things in with it. So yeah, it's one of my go-tos if my Oria is just not going to work. So that, sorry, if my Wera is not going to work. So that is my Oria screwdriver set, and they do last a long time to them sets. So the next bit that I frequently use is glue. So this is super glue from a store we have in the UK called The Range, but I think any super glue will do. I really like using this stuff because it's not got a strong smell to it, and yeah, it bonds pretty well and stays in pretty well as well. So that is the glue that I use from The Range. I know a lot of other YouTubers that use the glue, but to go with the glue, I also use this that you might have seen in videos. So this is a pin vise. It's probably one of the first pin vices I ever got. These are used for, you can put drill bits in the end of it, so you can use it for manually drilling out holes and everything. But I've got quite a few of them. So with this one, all I did is stick a pin in the end of it. This pin is from like a dressmaker's shop, crafting place. And then I use this to pick up the glue, and then I can be more accurate where I am actually putting the glue down. So that is the glue I use, and also a pin vise with a pin in it. So next thing is tweezers. Now I only use a specific set of tweezers. I use these, I have some others, or I use these. Now I don't know if the camera will pick that up, but these are what you call serrated tweezers. So they've got kind of a grip on them, and I prefer using these because they hold things a lot better. So if I'm not using this pair, I'm using this pair. I've got quite a few. These I got off Amazon, where these I actually, they came out of dressing packs that Julie had from a while ago. She had to have dressings changed, and these were provided. So, and they're really good, really good to have on standby. So yeah, I really only ever use serrated tweezers because they just give me the best grip on a small piece that that is possible, and I recommended them to anybody, and anybody who's used them, they do say they're a lot better. So moving on to the next thing is you're going to need, if you're doing like the U96 and stuff, you're going to need a pair of side cutters or sprue cutters. These are just a generic brand. I don't really go with any expensive ones, to be honest with you. These are just a generic brand off Amazon. And they do the job. Comes with a nice cover as well, so you can store them away nice and easily. They do wear down after a while, so I replace these every couple of years maybe. And then this pair, you know, if I retire it, I'll put it towards my electronic stuff, so cutting wires and stuff. But the sharper they are, the more cleaner cut you're going to get on your sprues. So yeah, but these are just generic ones that I got off Amazon, and they do the job, which is great. Okay, next thing I need is I need a scalpel. Okay, so this is a Susie Martin one, I think it is. Swan Martin, sorry. And this does me really well. I've got a nice good grip on it, as you can see. You can get all different kinds of blades for this. And I've been using this for years, never needed to replace it with anything else. So it does the job. Yes, okay, I put it in this little case because I've got a thing about a scalpel being permanently out showing, and I don't fancy cutting myself. I have cut myself on this many times, but it's a really good scalpel to have to hand for doing part works. So put that back in its case. Like I said, don't like a loose scalpel out there. Okay, so moving on to the next thing is this. So this is a diamond file round. Now, I always have this on standby because when you're putting pipes in holes and bits and pieces or fine details, sometimes the holes aren't big enough to put in, or it's a very tight fit. So I always have this on standby just in case I need to open out any holes. I can also, if taking off the sprue and there's a bit left over, I can use this to sand down, or a nail file as well. So again, it's good to have by. The Darth Vader that's coming out this week, this was on standby because we were putting in some more pipes and the holes just weren't big enough. So there again, just pop this in, open them up, and it does the job. Again, this is something I've had for quite a few years, never needed to replace it yet. So it has really lasted me throughout my build. So again, that's something I have on standby going forward. Next thing, good pair of scissors. Always need a good pair of scissors, especially when you're opening up part works. These were bought off Temu. I've only ever shopped on Temu once, and yeah, it were all right. But yeah, these are fantastic for getting into some of the packaging that we get with Partworks, or if we get a delivery also. So yeah, these again, I have two pairs of scissors. I have these. I also have these. And the reason I have these is because of this piece here. If the glue cap has glued too tightly and I can't get it off, I can use these to get a good grip on it and to unscrew it with. So I always have two on standby. Next thing is, if I'm dealing with photo etch, I have my duck bill pliers. So these help me bend things. I can bend these round pretty easily. Again, these are just a common one off Amazon, and again, they do the job. So I use these in the U96 because we've had photo etched to bend, and a few plastic model kits as well where we've had photo etched. I have also used these, so they're good to have on hand as always. Ideal for photo etch, unless you've got like a photo etch bender itself. Next thing, bit brutal, but is a little hobby hammer. Sometimes the parts are hard to get in and you need a little bit of extra force to get them in. So this again is on standby. When I mean on standby, when you look at when I do my face-to-face intros and outros, you'll see the desk behind me, and you'll see that I've got pegboards up. So these are tools that are on the pegboards that I can grab pretty easily, pretty easily. So yeah, I use this just for helping get things in, and it's better than using a bigger hammer. It's just a little tiny hobby hammer, but it does the job. Then I'll move on to the last thing that I use, and that is clips. Always come in handy for a lot of uses, but obviously if you're gluing pieces together and you need to clamp it in place, then yes, you're going to need clamps to do that. So these again are just some, I think I got these from the pound shop here in the UK, which we have. But these come in handy. Wooden shipbuilding, I used them for the Titanic to keep the decks down while I was gluing them. Just general, yeah, great having them on standby, just in case you need them. So I've got quite a few clamps, not a lot, but yeah, compared to some people I know who have quite a few clamps. But again, they really come in handy. So one of the last things, the last thing that I use is this. So this is 3-in-1 oil. And this I use on metal screws just to help them go in. And in here is just another generic 3-in-1 oil. And all I have to do is just pump this. And as you can see, the oil comes out the top there. And then over time, the oil will actually drain back down into the pot itself. So when you pick this up, it doesn't go anywhere. Again, this was off Amazon. They're used for hand sanitizers. So you would put your hand sanitizer in it and you could use it like that. But I've used oil in mine. The better quality you get, the more it works. That's what I found. So if you're buying a cheap one, they don't tend to work as good. I've got these and these are really good. Again, not had to replace this one. It still pumps oil. I do know some people who have used them for a while. They do wear out after a while, but this is still going strong. The 3-in-1 oil I put in it, that's lasted quite a few years. I'd say about 4 years. So you don't need a lot, but it does just come in handy. So there we go. So that's really it for the things that I use while building Partwork models. I just thought I'd really do a video, really, just trying to up the content a little bit on my channel on the things I use. And yeah, they do me. You don't need a lot of tools. I do have quite a lot of tools, but you know, they're the basic things that are my go-to things that I use when building Partwork. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, could you give it a massive thumbs up? And if you haven't subscribed, please remember to subscribe. It is free to subscribe. It costs nothing. Okay, so if you're watching this and you're not subscribed and you think, oh, if I subscribe, it's going to cost money. It doesn't. It's completely free to subscribe to the channel. And then if you click the notification bell to all, you'll get every notification for the channel when I post new content. But as for always, guys, stay safe and bye for now.